stream. Hopefully it's working. Oh shit. Let me just. Alright, we're back. Let's get straight into it. Let's get straight into Algorand's white papers. So Bitcoin's assumptions and technical problems. Bitcoin is a very ingenious system and has inspired a great amount of, yet it also problematic. Let us analyze assumptions and technical problems which are actually shared by essentially all cryptocurrencies that, like Bitcoin, are based. Yeah, so proof of work cryptocurrencies are shit. If you hear proof of work, yeah, just don't invest. Proof of work is shit. It's got bare problems. So for summary, it's sufficient to recall that a user may own multiple public keys of a digital signature scheme. That money is associated with the public key, with the public keys and other payment and digital signature. What the fuck? I don't know what the fuck this means. For summary, it suffices to recall that in Bitcoin a user may own multiple public keys of a digital signature scheme. What the fuck is a digital signature scheme? Let's check that. Alright, let's make that red. What the hell is it? Actually, let me open up my web browser real quick. One sec. Alright, we're back. So let's just wait for this to load, because we need to figure out what digital signature scheme is. Alright, so digital signature scheme meaning. Alright, so definition: all techniques to show entity acknowledge have seen this certain in cryptocurrency, yeah. Technically to assure an entity's acknowledgement of having seen certain digital message. The fact that entity acknowledged that it is signed the message using the I think the way it makes sure transactions being I think it's the way the transaction being like written off as being valid or something like that, to verify transaction. I think that's what it means. So for summary, it's sufficient summary in Bitcoin. A user may own multiple public keys of a digital signature scheme. That money is associated with public scheme, and that a payment is a digital signature that transfers some amount of money from a public key. Okay, yeah, so it's just saying, yeah, I don't know what the fuck it means by digital signature. Let me go on YouTube real quick. Digital signature, I don't know what that means. Digital Signature. Okay, let's see this. What's a digital signature? In crypto, crypto. Bitcoin, yeah, there we go.
Mathematical mechanism for essentially combining a public sequence of numbers and data with a given digital message. And you can really think of a digital signature in many ways as the electronic analog of a physical signature. So in a physical signature, you'll typically affix, let's say, a sequence of characters representing your name or identity to a document. And this process effectively binds your identity to that document. And more so, by formulating the characters in your name in maybe some particularly unique or peculiar way that's unique to you, the hope is that nobody will be able to forge your name on that document. Now, in a digital signature scheme, it turns out you can achieve these kinds of properties mathematically. And some of the more well-known digital signature schemes include things like the RSA digital signature scheme, that's one of the Middleman scheme. There's also a scheme known as DSS, the digital signature standard. And actually, if you were to use a scheme like RSA or DSS,
Yeah, I don't know what that is. Digital signature. We need to find like a short video that's easy to explain. Alright, let's click the first video here.
In this video, I will explain what digital signature is. A digital signature is equivalent of a handwritten signature, but it is much more secure. A handwritten signature can be faked. A digital signature provides the recipient the following information. The message was created by a known sender, which is called authentication. The sender cannot deny having sent the message. This is called non-repudiation. The message was not altered in transit. This is called.
Okay, so then they're able to do all this by using private and public keys, right?
Integrity. How the digital signature is created and verified. Alice has a document and wants to create a digital signature proving to anyone that she is the owner of the document. Alice creates a digital signature. First she hashes the data. The data can be a document, a piece of text, movie file, audio file, etc. Next she uses her private key to encrypt the hash. The encrypted hash is called the digital signature. Bob wants Alice's document. Alice sends the document and the digital signature. Bob verifies the digital signature. First, Bob decrypts the digital signature.
I get it now. Basically, digital signature uses a private key. It's basically like using a private key to access the funds. Essentially, Bitcoin organizes all process payments in a chain of blocks, B1, B2, okay, block 1, block 2, etc. Each consisting of multiple payments such that all payments of block 1 taken in any order, followed by those of block 2 in any other order, etc. continues a sequence of valid payments. What the fuck does this mean? What the fuck? Each block is generated on average every 10 minutes. This is a sequence of blocks in a chain because it is structured as to ensure that any chance even in a single block percolates into all sequence blocks, making it easy to spot any alteration of the payment history. Sequence block chains because it's structured so that to ensure that change even in single block percolates into all. What the fuck does this mean as well? What the fuck? As we shall see, this is achieved by including in each cryptographic hash of the previous one. Such block structure is referenced to be as a blockchain. What the fuck? We'll come back to these after, after we'll come back to all the ones in the red. So controls the majority. Okay, so assumptions: an honest majority of consumption power. Bitcoin assumes that no malicious entity, no cultivation organized controls the majority of the consumption power development. In fact, we able to modify blockchain. Wait, what the fuck? Controls the majority power devoted to blockchain. Such an entity, in fact, would be able to modify the blockchain and thus rewrite the payment history and as it please. In particular, it could make payments, obtain benefits. Okay, basically it's saying, yeah, so basically China, I don't know if it's still the number one, but China does most of the mining and all that, so most of the power on the network comes from China. So let's say if it's one entity or something, it can rewrite the whole blockchain using a 51% attack and basically make the whole currency worthless, because everyone's will be like, shit, it's worthless now, innit, because it's controlled by one entity. But so that's what they're saying. If one entity gets at least a minimum of 51% of the consumption power right here, they can modify the whole blockchain legit and nothing will happen. We won't be able to do that. That's what you call a 51% attack. I'll show you right now. 51% percent attack is right here. 51% attack, but that's why you can't have, see that, 51% on a blockchain, most commonly Bitcoin for such a whatever. So so if one entity, one group of people get 51% of all the consumption of power, they'll be able to change or modify the blockchain and give themselves how much money they want or whatever. But that's only if that is very hard to achieve, because now there's millions of users. Do you know what I mean? So that would be hard to achieve. But let's say if Bitcoin isn't as popular as anymore in other countries, do you know what I'm saying? Like it would be a bit easy to get 51% majority of the consumption power. Okay, technical problem. Okay, consumptional waste. Bitcoin's proof of work approach requires an extraordinary amount of consumption, currently with just a few 100,000 public keys in the system, and most of it blah 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 blah. Okay, I've seen this. Alright, let me try and debunk this if I can. Alright, basically Bitcoin's consumption, alright, let's compare it to Bitcoin's basically a financial thing. Bitcoin consumes more power than a country, but Bitcoin isn't a country. That's the thing. You shouldn't compare Bitcoin to a country. Instead, compare it to other payment systems like Visa. So Visa power consumption. Alright, we'll compare this then to Bitcoin power consumption. 110 terawatts per hour. In terawatts, should we put in terawatt? Okay, copy in terawatts per hour. Now this is just going Bitcoins. Visa, according to Visa, the consumed around 1000 gigajoules of energy. Alright, so basically 1000 gigajoules in energy. Let's convert to giga. Convert to what? Terawatts. Okay, terawatts. Tera hours. Copy. Convert that to terawatts. So gigajoules to terawatts hour. There we go. Okay, consent to this. Yeah, energy overall unit. Alright, so gigawatts. How much is? And see, this means it has equal energy as around. So 7. Let's hope I'm right, because I did hear that somewhere. Alright, convert. What the fuck? Damn. Oh, this is terawatts per year. This is terawatts per hour. Okay. Terawatts per year. Let's find that. Alright, this is terawatts per hour. Let's convert terawatts per year. So terawatts per year to terawatts per hour. Terawatts per year to terawatts per hour. Tera hour conversion. Alright. Tera hour to terawatt. T terajoules. Tera. Fam, where the hell is tera? Who the fuck here puts tera? Okay, let's just figure out here how many hours are in a year, and then we'll divide this number by how many hours there are in the year. So there's 8,000. Yeah, it's 8,000. Alright, calculator. Let's click that. So Bitcoin has 100. Yeah, 100 and whatever terawatts. Divide that by, oh shit, you can't even write the number. Alright, 8,700. Okay, so divided by 8,760. That is 0. So that is this much. Okay, so basically Visa is 20 times more. Yeah, uses 20 times more electricity than Bitcoin, basically. So yeah, that's the conclusion right here. So Visa uses 0.2 terawatts per hour, and Bitcoin uses 0.01 terawatts per hour. So yeah, so and which one's bigger actually? How many users does Bitcoin have? Yeah, Bitcoin has around 800,000 users, but how many users does Visa have? Let's see how many users Visas have. Alright, 2.4 billion. And Bitcoin, how many users does Bitcoin have? How many users does Bitcoin, BTC, Bitcoin have? How many users does Bitcoin have? Alright, 20 mil. Alright, so yeah, so basically, yeah, so Bitcoin is 10 times smaller than yeah, so Bitcoin is 10 times smaller than no, Bitcoin is 10 times smaller than Visa, but uses 20 times less than Visa's power. So yeah, alright, so let's get back to Bitcoin's proof of work approach to block generation requires an extraordinary, let me just turn this off. Okay, so proof of work generation requires extraordinary amount of consumption. Yeah, so basically it does require a lot, but compared to Visa it doesn't. So it should say here like Bitcoin and Visa's approach, yeah, requires a lot. But then again, they're only talking about Bitcoin right here. But yeah, Visa's even worse. So they're both bad, but Bitcoin's better than Visa in consumption wise. Where Bitcoin's proof of work approach to block generation requires an extraordinary amount of consumption. Currently, with just a few 100,000 public keys in the system, the top 500 most powerful consumption supercomputers can only consumption power required for the Bitcoin players. This amount of consumption generally increases uses systems. Okay, yeah, basically, yeah, Bitcoins use a lot. It's not as much as Visa, but it's still a lot. So, and Algorand, which I prefer more, is gonna solve this issue. Alright, so technical concentration power. Yep, concentration of the power. Today, due to the exorbitant, I don't know what the flip that says, amount of computation required, a user trying to generate a new block using an ordinary computer, let alone a cell phone, expects to lose money. Yep, that's true. Instead of indeed for computing a new, yeah, okay, wait, I need to explain this. So basically, before you could mine Bitcoin and create new blocks for the system and get rewarded with Bitcoin, but now you can't, because now people are using powerful computers. There's more users, and Algo can legit solve this issue. They don't use proof of work, they use staking, which you can do on your phone legit, and they pay you 8% per year, which is amazing. Indeed, for computing a new block with an ordinary computer, the expected cost of necessary electricity to power consumption exceeds the reward. Yeah, so basically you're not profitable anymore on normal computers, because the cost of power just to get a bit outweighs the reward you get. So before you'd get like flipping, let's say £10 reward per day, or like £20 reward per day from like a £100 computer, but now it's like 2p per day. Obviously that doesn't work, you know. So yeah, only using pools for specific, but yeah, basically those that do nothing and mine new blocks. One might expect to make a profit generating new blocks. Accordingly, today there are two different classes of users who mine pools and only search for new blocks. So yeah, so basically the only way now to mine with a normal computer, you're gonna have to you can't even do it with phones, that's the thing, but with a normal computer you're gonna have to join a mining pool and do all that shit, and you don't get shit out of it. It's not even worth it. It should therefore not be surprised that recently the total computing power for the block generation lies within just a few 5 pools. Yeah, so basically I think you guys already know what pool is. Pool is just a group of computers connected together to mine to mine one block of to mine one Bitcoin, basically. In such conditions, the assumption that the majority of company's power is honest and yep. Alright, we're almost finished. Technical problem 3, ambiguity. The Bitcoin blockchain is unique indeed. Its latest proportion often folks the main says B1, B2, whatever this shit says, according to the user, and what the fuck is all this? According to the other user, only after several blocks have been added to the chain can one reasonably sure that the first blocks will be the same for the users. What the fuck does this even mean? Okay, let me highlight this shit. I have no idea what the hell this means. Indeed, only a few sub-blocks have been added to chain and same and users. Thus, one cannot rely right away on payments contain last block of the chain. It produces, yeah, I don't know what the fuck this means. All this I don't know. Alright, so yeah, I finished this section. All these red parts we'll get back to them later and we get a deeper understanding. But yeah, we've got a long way to go and we've got 5 other pages of this.